If you're just joining us, we have now 22 confirmed dead. They've identified what they believe are 3 locations where these shootings took place: a Walmart distribution center, a bar, another undisclosed location. Some have said, our own Bill Malugin suggesting that picture right there shows a bowling alley. Both the FBI is supporting and have mobilized and are assisting. Maine State Police have taken the lead investigative role. Conflicting reports about one possible suspect in custody. But the local hospitals have, in the area of Lewiston, Maine, said that this is now officially a mass casualty event. Residents, again, just for general knowledge, have been advised to lock their doors, shelter in place. We bring in former governor and former UN ambassador and now presidential candidate Nikki Haley is with us. Usually it would be fun to have you on. This obviously changes the mood of the country tonight. 22 people. It's a lot of people. What bothers me, and I could literally probably count the seconds before an incident like this becomes politicized. And that part of it I never like, because that's not going to bring back lives. And then I always ask the question, when something like this happens, what is your plan? What do you do? I have a personal security plan. I train in mixed martial arts. I've been a big believer in the Second Amendment for a long time, with the prayer that I never would have to use it. Maine happens to be a rural area where people tend to be involved in outdoor sports. So I would imagine a lot of people are going to have a lot of defense issues. But the bigger question, what do you see as the underlying cause of a lot of these shootings?
I mean, first of all, Sean, I'll tell you, the world is on fire. I mean, we see it. We see it with wars around the world. We see it in our schools. We see it with protests on college campuses. We're seeing it here. But what does this come down to? We have got to start really getting focused and serious. That means we need serious law and order. That means that we need to defund sanctuary cities. But that means we need to acknowledge the cancer in America that is mental health. 1 in 3 Americans suffers from mental health. If treated, they can live a perfectly normal life. If not, it spirals out. We see more and more young people suffering from stress, depression, and that's leading to addiction. We don't have enough mental health therapists. We don't have enough mental health treatment centers, and we don't have enough addiction centers. And what I'll tell you is we're watching now, 80% of our mass shootings are mental health related. So think about that. 70% of those shootings, the shooter is suicidal. We've got to start acknowledging what this all means. There's a lot we can do, but we don't need to pity ourselves.
So
we need to say, at what point are we going to stop the chaos?
But so many people that have these mental health issues, the last thing they want to do is acknowledge that they have a mental health issue. Therefore, how do you possibly convince them to get the help that perhaps they, in their own minds, don't think they even need?
We don't have enough mental health counselors. There should be a mental health counselor in every single school to identify kids that are suffering. There needs to be one on every college campus that identifies kids that are suffering. We have to be able to see it. Most of those, if you talk to the younger generation, they will tell you if they have anxiety, stress, or depression. They just don't know, they don't have a place to go. And if you happen to get one of those things, the therapist, the mental health center, the addiction center, insurance doesn't cover it. And we have to start treating this for the crisis that it is. We have to start acknowledging the fact that this is happening. And you look at the chaos and the hate and the division that's happening in this country. When are we going to say enough is enough? And when are we going to start to heal and say, we've got to start getting sober and start realizing we've got to take things into our own hands and start getting our country strong again?
No, I agree. Last thing, we have a new speaker today. Was it damaging to the Republicans to go through this exercise, or was it a healthy process?
It was incredibly damaging because, when I was governor, I had a Republican House and a Republican Senate that would butt heads all the time. And I'd bring them into a room and I'd say, we're not leaving until you figure this out. Yeah. And I wouldn't let South Carolinians see how the sausage was made. What made me mad was, 1, they would leave. They wouldn't stay and do their job. 2, we paid them for not doing their job. And 3, they created chaos and stress among the American people at a time that we needed a budget, we needed a defense bill. And you look, Congress has one job, and that's to give us a budget on time. Congress has only given us a budget on time 4 times in 40 years. Yeah. 4 times in 40 years. Now my hope is we have a new speaker Congress, get to work, because there's no shortage of issues. We don't want you talking about it. We want you to start getting things done.
All right, Governor, we will be talking about other issues on another night. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the people and the victims here tonight. We are getting some updates and some reports. We just confirmed NBC News is now reporting 50 to 60 people now also injured, on top of 22 people confirmed dead at this hour. We are following this very, very closely. As you can see, we expect a press conference in Lewiston, Maine, any moment now. When that happens, 22 confirmed dead. We now have NBC reporting 50 to 60 people, in fact, have been injured. This seems to be a much larger shooting than we thought at the top of this hour. 3 locations: Walmart distribution center, a bar, another undisclosed location. The FBI, Maine State Police taking lead investigative roles. And hospitals saying, yes, this is a mass casualty event. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.